Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Chem Insider. In the previous video of class 11, we discussed about the sp, sp2, sp3 hybridization. So now we will be looking on the other examples of compounds which are undergoing sp3, sp2 and sp hybridization, which does not have exactly equal number of electrons to undergo the same sp, sp2, sp3 hybridization. Like for example, if you are considered for the sp hybridization, we took an example of beryllium chloride, right? For sp hybridization, we took the example of beryllium chloride, where beryllium had 2s2 electrons in its valence shell, which on excitation form one electron in the s orbital, one electron in the 2p orbital respectively, which led to the formation of sp hybridization. And if you consider for the boron trichloride, which also discussed for the sp3, sp2 hybridization, boron had 3 electrons. So now, what if certain compounds have more than particular required electrons to undergo sp, sp2 or sp3 hybridization, and how it is going to take place? Now, for an example of sp hybridization, or let us start with sp3 itself, you can consider an example where you can have carbon which undergoes sp3 hybridization. We discussed the structure of CH4 molecule. Now let us consider an example of C2H6. Okay, C2H6 is nothing but CH3 with one more CH3 group being bonded with it. Okay, these both carbon-carbon atoms present in the C2H6 will be of the same hybridization, that is sp3. Both of them will be undergoing sp3 hybridization and they will be forming tetrahedral geometry with one another, and therefore once you are considering those two, the structure will be like this. Okay, so if you observe over here, the black balls are nothing but the carbon atom, whereas the white ones are the hydrogen atom. So these compounds of C2H6 will be having carbon undergoing sp3 hybridization. If you just ignore the top one, so this is clearly in a tetrahedral geometry. Similarly, this one also will be in a tetrahedral geometry. So therefore, since these two are undergoing sp3 hybridization, both of them will be in a tetrahedral geometry, and that geometry will be like this. Bonded with one more inversed geometry. Okay, so that is two tetrahedrals joined by one particular carbon atom at this position. So this bond will be showing that there is a one tetrahedral in this direction and one tetrahedral in this direction. So both of them get combined to form bitetrahedral figure. So if you consider carbon atom forming a tetrahedral geometry like this, and one more carbon atom forming a tetrahedral geometry like this. So both these two tetrahedral geometries are present attached to one another at the carbon-carbon bond. Now, and further, what we observe in this sp3 hybridization of two C2H6 molecules is the carbon and carbon atoms. In the case of CH4 molecule, it was bonded with s orbitals, that is the 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals were bonded with 4 s orbitals of hydrogen, right? The 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals of carbon was overlapping with one of the s orbitals of each hydrogen. In this particular case of C2H6, 3 of the sp3 hybrid orbitals of one carbon will be overlapping with 1s orbitals of each hydrogen, that is 3 hydrogen. Okay, out of the 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals of one carbon, if you just consider this particular carbon itself, so this carbon has 4 sp3 hybrid orbital. Out of the 4, 3 sp3 hybrid orbitals are overlapping with s orbitals of each of the hydrogen, and one of the sp3 hybrid orbital will be overlapping with the one of the sp3 hybrid orbital of other carbon. So if we have to write the hybridization structure of C2H6 molecule, it will be like this. So carbon, if we consider this carbon, it has 4 sp3 hybrid orbital. So this is one sp3 hybrid orbital, this is one more, this is one more, and this is one more. So these are the 3 sp3 hybrid orbitals, 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals of carbon, out of which 3 of them will be overlapping with 1s orbitals of hydrogen. So this will be the 1s orbital of hydrogen, this will be the 1s orbital of one hydrogen, and this will be the 1s orbital of hydrogen. So these 3 hydrogens, okay, hydrogen, hydrogen and hydrogen. Similarly, that carbon will be undergoing hybridization like this. Out of those 4, 3 will be overlapped with 1s orbital of 3 hydrogens like this, and one orbital of that particular carbon, that is sp3 hybrid orbitals of both these carbon, overlap together. So these two overlap together to form a sigma bond. This particular bond is called the sigma bond. This is because of the overlapping of sp3 orbital of one carbon, sp3 hybrid orbital of one carbon with the sp3 hybrid orbital of another carbon. So if we observe over here, so the bonds of carbon with hydrogen is in white color, whereas the carbon and carbon bond is in gray color. That is because the bond length of carbon and carbon is 154 picometer. The bond length of carbon and carbon is 154 picometer, whereas the bond length of carbon hydrogen is 124 to 126 picometers. That is because carbon and hydrogen bonds are slightly less, smaller when compared to carbon and carbon bonds. Okay, so this is about the sp3 hybridization which takes place in case of C2H6 molecule. Now let us consider for an example. If you consider over here the 4 sp3 electrons are present for the sp3 hybridization. Now let us consider an example where we come across carbon undergoing sp2 hybridization. So as we all know, carbon should always undergo sp3 hybridization, right? In some cases, carbon may also undergo sp2 hybridization. So for the example of sp2 hybridization of carbon, we can take example of alkene, that is a molecule of C2H4. Okay, in C2H4 molecule, carbon is being attached with 2 hydrogens each and 1 carbon of other CH2 molecule. So C2H4 geometry is nothing like H, H, H and H. So if you observe carefully, the electronic configuration of excited carbon is 1s2, 2s1, 2px1, 2py1, 2pz1. Okay, so in this particular 4 electrons present in the 4 of the 2 shell, that is 2s1, 2px1, 2py1, 2pz1, 3 sp3 hybrid, they lead to formation of sp3 hybridization as we all know. But in this particular case, what are we going to consider is, since it is bonding with 3 of the different atoms, so it should be undergoing sp2 hybridization similar to BCl3. So in BCl3, boron trichloride, boron is attached with 3 chlorine atoms. Similarly, carbon should be attached with 3 of the different atoms. It may be 2 hydrogen and 1 carbon, or it may be 3 hydrogens respectively. So here, this carbon is attached with 3 of the 2 hydrogen and 1 carbon atom undergoing sp2 hybridization. So what happens in this case is, if you consider 1 electron of 2s, py, pz. So let us consider these 3 are undergoing hybridization to form sp2 hybrid orbitals. So 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals will be formed because of the sp2 hybridization of 2s, 2px1, 2py1, and let us consider this 2pz1 is left as it is. Similarly, for the other carbon also, the 2pz1 will be left as it is. Now we are observing the sp2 hybridization of the carbon atom. So if you write the hybridization structure of carbon, so it will be like this. The other carbon like this. So out of the 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals, 2 of them will be overlapping with 1s orbitals of hydrogen, and 1 of the sp2 hybrid orbital will be overlapping with the sp2 hybrid orbital of the other carbon. Okay, so now Even though if you just consider these three orbitals being formed, there is one more orbital of electron present in the carbon atom, that is 2pz. So if you consider this as the x, 2px, which is being overlapped of one of the carbon and the other 2px orbital of the other carbon, and this is the 2py, then one of the orbital, that is the 2pz, will be in this direction, right? 2pz orbital will be in this particular direction, which is having electron present in him. And this particular, why am I writing a double lobe, is that particular 2pz orbital is not undergoing any hybridization. So therefore, if an orbital undergoes hybridization, this will be of the form like this. If an orbital undergoes hybridization, the orbital will be of the shape like this. If it is not undergoing hybridization, the shape of the orbital will be same in both sides like this. Therefore, since the 2pz orbital is not undergoing hybridization, both the 2pz orbital of carbon will be present on the z-axis with two equal lobes on either side. Therefore, what we can say is, since they have one electron present in the respective 2pz orbital, both the carbon have one electron present in their respective 2pz orbital, so therefore they have an electron cloud present in it, right? Like this. So they have electron cloud present in the, there will be electron cloud present in the 2pz orbital. So this electron cloud present on the 2pz orbital overlapped sideways. That means these two electron cloud interact with one another. These two electron cloud will interact with one another sidewaysly. If you consider this as a z-axis and this as the z-axis of the other carbon, both these two will be interacting with one another, and that particular interaction is called the sideways interaction. And as we have discussed about the hybridization concept of sigma and pi bonds, if two orbitals are undergoing sideways interaction, then that is called sideways overlapping. Those are called sideways overlapping, and they lead to the formation of pi bonds, right? They lead to the formation of pi bonds. So therefore, what we observe is, in case of C2H4 molecule, we have 3 sigma bonds and 1 pi bond. So because of the sideways overlapping of electron clouds on the 2pz orbital of each of the carbon, we observe a pi bond being formed between the carbon atoms. Therefore, in the C2H4 molecule, we have 3 sigma bonds and 1 pi bond. So out of the 3 sigma bonds, 1 sigma bond is because of sp2 overlapping. 1 sigma bond is because of sp2 overlapping between the 2 carbon atoms. 2 sigma bonds are because of sp2s overlapping. Sorry, 4 sigma bonds with each on these sides. So 4 sigma bonds, that is because of the sp2s reaction. sp2s, sp2 of carbon and with the s, sp2 of carbon with the hydrogen. So 4 sigma bonds because of the sp2s overlapping, and 1 pi bond. 1 pi bond because of 2pz1 sideways overlapping. 2pz1 sideways overlapping, leading to the molecular structure like this. Okay, if you observe carefully over here, so even though I have given both these two bonds in a gray, even though if you observe carefully, even though these two are in a gray color, so what happens here is, these two are the hydrogen atoms which are undergoing sp2s hybridization in these two cases, and these two cases. One of these two gray or bond is nothing but the carbon-carbon sigma bond. Because of the electron interaction, one of the bond will be pushed like down like this. Okay, so this will be the geometry of C2H4 molecule which undergoes sp2 hybridization. So if you consider for the C2H4 molecule undergoing sp2 hybridization, it has 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals and one 2p orbital which is having an electron and it is not undergoing any hybridization. And remember, if you write 2pz over here, indicate the z-axis in this direction. That is because it just not because it may be 2pz, it may be 2px or 2py depending upon the z orbitals or x orbitals or y orbitals you are considering. If you start 2pz from here, 2pz, 2py, 2px, then the orbital will be 2px. So therefore, whenever you have to mention this particular pi bond interaction, if you write z-axis, then indicate z-axis in the hybridization also. That is very important for understanding the concepts of sideways overlapping. Okay, so this is about the sp2 hybridization of carbon in the C2H4 molecule. Now we will be discussing about sp hybridization in case of carbon. So for sp hybridization, the minimum requirement of orbital is 1s and 1 of the p orbital. Now carbon has 4 electrons in its valence shell. Right? Carbon has 4 electrons in its valence shell. For sp hybridization, let us consider an example of C2H2. C2H2. Now, what happens in the sp hybridization of carbon is, carbon in its excited state has 1s2, 2s1, 2px1, 2py1, 2pz1. So if you write the orbital diagram of this particular carbon will be 1 electron in 2s and 1 electron each in 2px, 2py, 2pz, and this will be undergoing hybridization of sp with one 2s orbital and one 2p orbital, leaving behind a 2py and a 2pz orbital. So sp2 hybridization compound forms a linear geometry as we have known for in case of beryllium chloride. Now the carbon present on both sides, the carbon of C2H2 is attached with 2 hydrogen in the linear formation to form sp2 hybridization. So where one of the sp hybridization, where one of the sp hybrid orbital will be overlapping with the other sp hybrid orbital of carbon, and the one more sp hybrid orbital, the other sp hybrid orbital will be overlapping with 1s orbital of hydrogen like this. Okay, so we have hydrogen and hydrogen. So now if you consider this is in the x-axis, then the one of the 2p3 orbital which is present on the x-axis will be reacting. Now leaving behind the orbitals present at 2py and 2pz. So now I am just ignoring the structure because I think you have known about the sp hybridization. So if you just consider the carbon atoms present in this particular C2H2 molecule, it has 2 unhybridized p orbital, right? So one which is present in the z-axis like this. So I am going to write the z-axis in orange color. So one 2p orbital which is present in the z-axis and one 2p orbital which is present in the y-axis. Because I am writing this orbital in a slanted position because it is indicating the y-axis is towards u. Okay, so these are 2 orbitals, so that is like if you consider this is the z orbital, red which I have written in x, which is in this x-axis, and y which I have written in the yellow will be towards you like this. Okay, so now y orbital is present to the carbon in this particular direction, where the lobes are, one lobe is towards you and the other lobe is away from you. Okay, so these two lobes are away from the observer, whereas these 2 lobes is above the plane towards the observer, and these 2 lobes of 2pz are present perpendicular to the y-axis and on the plane. So now the carbon and carbon present in this particular molecule undergoes 2 types of sideways overlapping. One is because of sideways overlapping resulting because of the pz orbital, and the other one is because of the sideways overlapping of py orbital. Okay, sideways overlapping of pz orbital and sideways overlapping of py orbital. So therefore, carbon which undergoes sp hybridization will have 2 pi sideways overlapping. Carbon which is undergoing sp hybridization will be having 2 pi p orbitals sideways overlapping, resulting in the formation of 2 pi bonds, along with the 4 sigma bonds, along with the 3 sigma bonds. 1 sigma bond is because of sp hybridization of overlapping between these two carbon. 1 sigma bond is because of the sp and s hybridization of one carbon, and the other sigma bond is because of the sp and s overlapping of other carbon and hydrogen bond, and it will be having 2 pi bonds. Therefore, carbon which undergoes sp hybridization will have 1 sigma bond which are written in the yellow color and 2 pi bonds which are in the white, like this. So this will be the geometry of sp hybridized carbon atom, and clearly if you observe carefully, this particular geometry is linear, which is supposed to be as in case of barium chloride also. So carbon atoms or any compounds which have more than required electrons for undergoing certain hybridization, what happens is they involve in the formation of pi bonds as the sideways overlapping if present on both sides. If there is no pi bonds present on both sides, pi electrons present on the both sides, then there will be no pi orbital overlapping. Like for example, if you consider carbon and oxygen in case of carbon monoxide, here also carbon undergoes sp2 hybridization and oxygen has a one lobe which is present with the electron cloud. So therefore, carbon and oxygen in certain compounds they undergo double bond because of the sideways overlapping of the pz orbital. Okay, so these are the certain examples of sp, sp2 and sp3 hybridization involving carbon molecule. I hope you have understood these concepts which I explained here. Please subscribe to my channel and share this video among your friends so that they get used of those videos which I am uploading here, and thank you for watching.